In the world of project management, there's really two pathways, two streams that you can take your career. One is becoming an internal project manager, and two is becoming an external project manager. Now, in this video, we're going to explore what an internal project manager is versus what an external project manager is, and we're going to look at that across 8 different metrics around how we can compare the two of them. Now, I'm assuming that if you're watching this video, you've got a broad idea of what a project manager is, and we're going to kind of break that down into these two separate parts, an internal project manager and an external project manager. One of my previous videos, I talked about organizational context and how important that is for project managers to understand within the businesses or the agencies that they're working within. Now, when we talk about an organization, we talk about large organizations, medium enterprises. They generally go through this process called continual improvement or continuous improvement. It's built into quality systems, environmental systems, WHS systems, integrated management systems, and the idea is that the capacity of the organization can keep growing, and it's a continual cycle to grow, to be more efficient, to have better processes, to have better outcomes for customers, for clients, to do things more efficiently, to save money on purchasing, to save money when you're selling things, all of that sort of stuff. It happens through continuous improvement. And to do that, you often need to run projects. You need to say, for example, run a project to upgrade an internal IT system that's going to make it easier for your workers. It integrates with your finance system. Your customers get, some interface that they can see, and there's going to be all these U-Boot outcomes that improve the capacity of the business, and it needs to be run as a project. That's what an internal project manager would be. On the flip side, let's keep on the topic of what an organization is. An external project manager, what they do, they deal with the service delivery. So when it comes to earning money for the business, for the company, when it comes to revenue coming in, the external project manager is responsible for delivering those services. So if you're a plumbing business, for instance, and let's say you win a $200,000 contract to go and do all this new plumbing work on a whole bunch of houses, you might have a project manager in place. They're going to manage the time, they're going to manage costs, they're going to manage all the resources, making sure they've got the right guys on site at the right times, they're integrating with all the other trades on site, they're making sure all the invoicings get done and the cash is moving around, all that sort of stuff. They're managing risks, the contract. That's what that sort of project manager does. An external project manager manages the delivery of services. So broadly speaking, you can kind of see what the broad difference is. There's an internal project manager that helps build the capacity of the organization, and there's an external project manager that goes out and delivers all the services and makes sure money comes in the door. So let's look at what these 8 different areas are that help to define these two different project managers. And number one is objective, and I've kind of just spoken about that. Internal project manager is about increasing capacity, building stronger processes. External project manager is about delivering services and delivering services for customers. The audience, let's talk about audience. So your audience as an internal project manager, it's your internal stakeholders. So I'll go back to the example of you're the internal project manager and you're delivering the IT project to roll out some new software. We talked about how it would integrate with finance. So your audience, you're instantly going to have an audience with the finance team, and that might be a broad team with receivables, payables, finance managers, the CFO, all of those sorts of people. They're going to be your stakeholders. You're going to have the legal, you're going to have the risk people in there as well. You're going to have probably the people that are delivering services, the workers within the organization. They've got to have some interface. You're going to have the internal IT team who you've got to manage. They're probably going to be building it, or maybe they're going out and purchasing that service. Your audience is internal. Your audience, however, when you are an external project manager, number one is going to be your client. Remember, you're a business, you're a company, you've sold your services to Mr. Client over there. He's come and bought $200,000 worth of plumbing from you, and you're the project manager to deliver that. He is number one, because at the end of the day, he's going to pay the bill. So your focus as an external project manager is going to be very much external, right? You're going to a project site, there's going to be different contractors on site. Great, you've got more external stakeholders that you need to deal with. You've got a whole bunch of compliance things that you need to, legislation that you need to meet for compliance and regulatory reasons. Again, all external. So from a broad perspective, you can think about the audiences as being internal is very not necessarily narrow, but it looks internal. And the external project manager, you're dealing with a lot of external stakeholders. Let's move on to scope. So the scope of the internal project manager is to improve the overall organizational effectiveness. So again, the scope is internal. They're trying to improve all the nuts and the bolts, all the gears, how everything moves within the organization so it can move more robustly, it can move quicker, it can move more efficiently, it can move more sustainably. That's the idea of continuous improvement, and the scope of the internal project manager is to look after that. The scope of the external project manager is to execute on a defined package of services, on a defined project, a work order. They've got to take that and they've got to deliver it, make sure they get paid for it, and make sure that in exchange for getting paid, for the company getting paid, they're going to make sure they meet the requirements of the brief, they're going to meet the scope, they're going to meet the cost budget, they're going to do it on time, the quality metrics, all of those sorts of things. So that's scope. Financial focus. This is really important. The financial focus of the internal project manager is driving efficiency. At the end of the day, the business needs to operate efficiently, and it needs to continue to improve that efficiency as costs continue to grow throughout time. The financial focus of the external project manager is on profit and margin. Really, that's it. So we'll go back to our plumbing example, $200,000. We've estimated it's going to cost us $150,000 to do that, and at the end of the day we're going to be left with $50,000. That becomes the margin, that becomes the profit that you've made for the project. If that cost budget grows from 150 to 160, you're now left with a $40,000 margin. Now, that might not seem that much, you've lost $10,000, but to go from 50 to 40, you're squeezing that down by 20%. That's a massive reduction in what you're going to make for your profit. Now, the other thing to be mindful of when it comes to costs, and this is a great way to think about it, is when you look at financial statement for a business, what comes first at the top? Revenue. Revenue comes first. What do we take off revenue to get a gross profit? We take off costs of goods sold. That's standard accounting practice. The external project manager, that's the realm that they're dealing with. They're the ones that their projects, the company gets paid for. So that's the revenue line. When they take out their cost for that project, that's the next line. That's the cost of goods sold. And then that's how the company is left with gross margin. It's below that when we take out all the other costs to come up with our net profit for the business. That's the realm of where the internal project manager focuses. They're going to be delivering projects that help to improve the overall efficiencies, to improve wastage and reduce costs and remove costs. So at the bottom of that sheet, we're going to improve our net profit. So that's a great way to think about it for you as a project manager. External project, he's worried about gross profit at the top. Internal project manager, he's worried about net profit, or he influences net profit down the bottom. Initiation. How are projects initiated between an internal and an external project manager? The internal project manager, his or her projects are initiated by a strategic need, a directional need, this continual improvement process that I spoke about before. We'll go through a cycle, a quarterly cycle. The C-suite has identified some changes that we need. There's some new technology out there that can be implemented that can help give us a more efficient organization and help to improve how we operate and all those sorts of things. So they're initiated by this internal need. Something clicks internally that says, hey, we need to move this forward internally so we can improve this particular area, we can become more efficient in that area, and we need a project to do that. So that's how those projects are initiated. Initiation for the external projects, they're client-driven, they're customer-driven. Someone comes and knocks on the door. Hey, Mr. Plumbing Company, really like your marketing, really interested in you coming to work on my project. I've got all this plumbing to be done. What can you do for me? Write him a quote, send it out, accepts it, comes back, bang, project initiated. You're the plumbing project manager, bang, it's on you now to go away and deliver those plumbing services for Mr. Customer. Number 6, communication. So when we're talking about communication, very similar to when we're talking about audience, communication for the internal project manager, again, is internal. So what I found is it's a lot easier to build communication platforms that are really quick, really nimble, because you're dealing often with your own team members. You're dealing with people that you work with day to day, that you sit next to, maybe they sit on the next floor. They're all internal. So you've often got more robust communication means there to help drive those projects. Communication on the other side with the external project manager, that gets a little bit trickier because you can end up with all these disparate stakeholders that aren't necessarily using the same communication processes, aren't necessarily using the same communication software or anything like that, and therefore there's no commercial advantage for them to come on and buy into your communication system. So sometimes it can be very labor intensive. You've got a client that wants to communicate one way, you've got some subcontractors that want to communicate another way, you've got some other stakeholders that want to communicate another way, and some only want to have meetings on Teams, some on Zoom, some want to text you, some want to ring you at all hours of the night, some only deal on email. That can get really tricky. So there's quite a big difference in communication styles and communication methods between those two types of project managers. Number 7 is continuous improvement. How does continuous improvement happen for each of these different project managers? Well, we talked about the internal project manager. He's basically delivering projects that deliver continuous improvement. So that's kind of built into the process. It's like the organization moves along, there's a strategic need identified, there's a redirection identified, and out of that falls a whole bunch of projects. So the projects then help to deliver some sort of efficiency. They help to deliver continuous improvement within the organization. Continuous improvement for the external project manager is often more so along the lines of lessons learned. There's things that I'm going to deliver my $200,000 plumbing project, and I identified that we had a real struggle with one of our suppliers, for instance, and they couldn't get it to site, and then when they got it to site, there was all these issues. So a lessons learned out of that might be that we've got to do something else next time to improve that process. And sometimes that lessons learned rolls over to the remit of the internal project manager. Remember, he's the one that's over here building efficiency, driving sustainability for the organization. Our external project manager has identified an issue that is broad and encompassing and could impact a lot of projects, and therefore it rolls over to these guys. They can then deliver that project, come back over, the external project manager, 12 months time, all the processes have been changed, it's been updated, we're now more efficient, and they can go away, and their overall profit and margin on their next project, they smash it out of the water because they've got these U-Butte great processes that are in place. So that's a little bit on continuous improvement. And the last metric here is measurement of success. Broadly speaking, an internal project manager, his or her measurement of success will be the increase or the improvement on the internal capacity to do something. They're doing all these things to improve and make the organization more efficient. So that's really the measure of success. Well, we, for example, our help desk, we improved the number of queries that came into our help desk from 1,000 down to 800 as a result of delivering this project, because people were more understanding of the processes that they had to follow, the job that they had to do, therefore they didn't have to ask as many questions. Maybe customer complaints reduced from 500 a quarter down to 350. That's a result from a particular project that you delivered. So they're the measurements for success are based on these internal metrics. The measurement for success for external projects for service delivery is really focused on client satisfaction. What do we want from a client at the end of the day? We don't want the money, we don't want the bills, we want the next lot of money, we want the next project, we want repeat clients, we want repeat relationships, we want great rapport with our customers, we want to do a great job for them, we want to meet all the objectives that we said we do, and we want to work with them again, or we want them to vouch for us so that'll help us to go and find another client that's of a similar nature. That's really the focus of how do we measure success. If I'm a project manager and I've been working for 5 years as a plumbing project manager, really the success of my projects will be off the back of doing them correctly, doing them compliantly, the margin that we can make, and then at the end of the day, is our client happy? Have they kept working for us? What's the repeat business rate versus what's the churn rate through our clients? They're the sort of measurements of success that we're looking at as an external project manager. So that's a summary of the differences between an internal project manager and an external project manager. If you're seeking a career in project management, they're two of the broad streams that you can go down. They're very broad, very all-encompassing. Sometimes you'll do one, sometimes you'll do the other. Maybe you'll carve a career out in one, maybe you'll carve a career out in another. Maybe you'll be an external project manager for 10 years and then go try and jump into the external space, and you just find it doesn't work for you, you're not very good at it, you don't like it, you jump back over and you do what's good for you, do what you're good at, and vice versa. There's no right or wrong answer to any of this. There's no one that's better than the other. They both operate side by side, I would say, particularly when you think about that financial sheet. Revenue, cost of goods sold equals our gross profit. That's this guy, the external project manager. We take out all the other costs to get net profit at the end of the day. It's really the internal project manager that's driving the efficiencies that helps to improve that net profit rate. So that's a recap from me. My name's Grant Whitbourne. I'm a senior project manager here in the Australian market. Please like this video, subscribe for more, and we'll talk soon.